Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Holy cow, you guys can hear me. Alrighty. Oh, this is Len the Cat. I was bored today and I was watching this race and I thought I'd come in and do some commentary. Well, we saw that Sharks took a quick wipe, but I think he only lost about maybe 3.5 minutes there. So that should be all right. That shouldn't hurt him too badly. Right now we've got CanadianOwl going down, getting looks like he's going to check the Terminator item, and it's an E-tank. Guys, in chat, let me know if I'm too loud, too soft. I don't have a good way to hear the audio where I'm at, so this is an on-the-fly kind of broadcast. And this is going to be safe for work. I'm going to keep the language clean, and you guys know, anyone who knows me knows that isn't easy, but I'll do my best. Okay. All right. Right now, Skarks? Yeah, it's Skarsnik. Okay, all right, I'll get these names right. Skarsnik is trying to do these incredibly difficult wall jumps to check Gauntlet. And I have all sorts of trouble getting these to work. These are really hard to do. But if he can do that'll actually, we'll see what's up there. Meanwhile, CanadianOwl is going to go for the mock ball trick, and he gets it. Okay, let's see what's over here. And the first item, just some missiles. And, ooh, it looks like we've got space jump. It looks that Skarks has gotten to Gauntlet. He's got 2 energy tanks, so he should be able to do this, but Gauntlet can be really tricky, especially if you're missing screw attack. All right. And with that lava, the lava does a bunch of damage, and these grabber things, I don't know what these grabbers are called. Somebody in chat can help me out with what those grabbers are called, but they'll grab you and pull you right into that lava, and the lava or acid here does just a ton of damage. You can see already Skarks is down to about half the energy he started with, so he's got to be real careful before he gets to the end of Gauntlet. And I know Canadian Owl went to the end, but I didn't see what was there. I was just connecting. All right, so we got super missiles. Oh, it's no problem. Listen, I'm just learning, Super Metroid and Super Metroid Randomizer. I've played more different kinds of randos, but I love this a lot. I particularly love the combo randos, but watching these guys, I've definitely seen Canadian Owl run this before, so I know he's pretty good. So he goes through the Edakun's room, and another E-Tank back here. Okay. I said Skarks is a little bit behind him, but one mistake from Canadian Owl, and Skarks will catch right back up. Skarks, let's see. Skarks, but Scar. Yeah, you're right. It's my dyslexia's ad. It was scars. Oh, okay, all right. Like he's got scars on his face. He's scarred from that wipe that he took earlier in the Billy Mays room. Okay, meanwhile, Canadian Owl goes past the animals, which he will almost definitely not be saving later. And get to see what's hiding up here. That's another E-Tank. So really, Canadian Owl is probably set for E-Tanks for most of the game, unless he's got to do some hell runs, which may or may not be possible. I'm not sure what kind of logic they're running here on this race, whether this is hard logic or not. Somebody in chat can definitely help me out with that. And Canadian Owl, he's heading over, and we're going to get a good look at Pink Brinstar. Logic's super easy mode. Okay, all right, this may be something I could play. I would already be losing. Okay, we're into the pink area. Let's see what we got going on over here. Burgers, those are my favorite thing. Anyone who knows me knows that I love me some hamburgers. Okay, and this is the full rando, so the minor and major items can be switched. No hell runs necessary. Only shine sparks, infinite bomb jumps, wall jumps, and midair morphs. Okay, all right. So pretty much tricks that anybody can learn pretty quick. This mock ball trick, though, this was actually the first trick I think that a lot of people learn, and Scars pulls it off first time, no problem. And we're going to get another look at Big Pink here. We're going to see if we can get the item that normally you would have to kill Spore Spawn to get to. And back here, what have we got back here? I bet it's something good. Nope, more burgers. Well, you can never have too many hamburgers. Even though this gives them, 35 power bombs? Okay, you really never need 35 power bombs. Usually 15 or 20 is all you really need. So ammunition is looking pretty good, but we still don't have charge beams. So until we have that, you pretty much have to keep collecting ammunition, especially for killing Ridley. And we really haven't seen a lot of divergence yet. Pretty much Scars is following the same path that Canadian Owl took. He's just behind because of that wipe. So now we're going to see the wave. Oh, that's just a garbage tank. And he grabs it. That's surprising. I'm surprised he grabbed that reserve tank. Cheeseburgers. They could be cheeseburgers. They could be hamburgers. I don't know. Granted, I always have cheese on my burgers. But, I don't know. Samus, she's got to fit into the suit, and she's got to look good in the bikini. So maybe she forgoes the cheese, to stay looking good in the bathing suit. But with all this exercise that Samus is going to get jumping around, lower Norfair, I'd say she's got no chance of putting on any extra pounds. Yep, now I'm making all the people in the chat hungry. Yep, I knew I was good for something. All right, so Canadian Owl checked down below Big Pink, and we're headed over to Green Brinstar. And there's an item in the wall here, and ooh, the run has been validated. We have Spring Ball. It's my favorite item. I don't know if you really need it or not. It does allow you to do some tricks, particularly in Meridia, especially if you have to go suitless. But that won't be required in Logic here, but that doesn't mean the runners wouldn't try it. I personally avoid Meridia. I'd rather go to Lower Norfair than Meridia without a suit. So, oh man, Spring Ball. It's just the bee's knees. Okay, we're over to Red Tower. I got a feeling we're gonna make a visit over to everybody's big dancing partner here pretty soon. But we're gonna with Space Jump, this check is not so hard to make. So Canadian Owl, especially with his million energy tanks, will have no issue here. But he takes a fall. But Space Jump to the rescue. I do love me some Space Jump. It lets you get past a lot of things, like those grabbers. And did somebody in chat correct me? What are those grabbers called? I know most of the names of the enemies in Super Metroid, but I just call them grabbers. I don't know if anyone knows what they're called. So he's past the grabbers, up around. Let's see what the back of this. Oh, it's more burgers. Yapping Maws. Okay, Boiled Shrimp says they're Yapping Maws. Okay, and they do look like yappers. They're just yapping all day long. Oh, and I believe this is the. Let's see, what's normally right here in Vanilla. It's been so long since I played Vanilla, I can't even remember. That's the somebody in chat help me out where Canadian Owl was. What's normally there in Vanilla? It's been a long day. No, it's X-ray. Yeah, duh. Okay. And a lot of people skip this check. That's why, you see it skip. But I guess when you've got the Space Jump, you might as well check it. Without Space Jump or some other way to get across there, it can be rather difficult. Okay. Now Canadian Owl is heading over. We're gonna get a check up here. And what are we gonna find? Oh man. Yep, more missiles, but we definitely need more missiles. We need more ammo at this point. If Canadian Owl is not careful, he might lose his lead. Scars is still probably 3 minutes behind, or maybe 4 minutes. But if he skips a couple of these checks, he might be able to catch up. But pretty much if Canadian Owl makes one fairly major mistake, Scars will be right back in this thing. All right. We are through. It looked like we're going to head on over good old Kraid. And I'm not sure if Canadian Owl knows how to do the quick kill. I have trouble pulling it off. Most of these runners that I see do it so easily. I don't quite know how. I mean, the trick isn't that hard. You can watch a video on how to do it, but pulling it off when you're in a real race and pulling it off in practice are two different things. Okay, we're going to go over to see Kraid, and maybe we'll take some bets in chat. Are we going to get to see Dancing Kraid or not? I love seeing Dancing Kraid as long as I'm not the one running, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But with looking at Canadian Owl's energy, there is no way he's wiping the Kraid. Kraid is going to go down like a sack of potatoes, even if we do go dancing. But it looks like he's got the right spot. Let's see if he can pull this off. Missile. Nope. I think we're going to the prom. Did you get your corsage? Yep, a corsage for this big guy right here. So Kraid's dancing around. That's all right. We're done. That actually wasn't so bad for missing the quick kill. He really didn't lose a lot of time there at all. And what was Kraid hiding? Let's see. Ooh, it's the wave beam. That's a little bit of a help. So we've got Spazer and Wave. Be a lot better right now, but you take what you can get in these randos. Yeah, I've seen people do the D-boost across to the X-ray location, but you really have to be good at those D-boosts. And like some of these rooms, the ones near Kraid, the D-boost to go faster is not so hard to pull off, but Really, the top tier runners make those deboosts look so easy, and when I try them, I end up going in the wrong direction. So, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. So, Canadian Owl's over here. We're going to get to see what's in Kraid's E-Tank. And Kraid's E-Tank is holding some supers. And we definitely need more supers. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but for Kraid, or for Ridley rather, I believe we need 40 supers to kill Ridley. I may be wrong on my numbers. So anytime I make a mistake, let me know, chat. Okay, so we got 30 for Ridley and 60 from Other Brain 2. So we're already sort of approaching the level where we might be able to finish the game without getting Charge Beam. And with these kinds of flags, the Charge Beam really could be anywhere. It could be a check tool. It could be someplace that you never want to check. So I don't like skipping any ammunition until I get the Charge Beam, but the better runners often do. Not sure. Again, I don't have my cheat sheet up in front of me. I got recruited to do this commentary kind of out of the blue, and because I was bored. But I love me some random. All right, so Canadian Owl is heading back, and we're gonna head into Norfair. Nope, he doesn't want to go that way. Not quite sure what Canadian Owl's doing here. He's farming a little bit. But again, I'm not quite sure what he's checking here. Cat knows. All right, so now we're headed back over to the Ice Beam location. And with all of his health, this hell run is probably pretty easy. Ice Beam has force. Nah, it's just missiles. Well, with just missiles, we gotta head back. I'm not sure where Canadian Owl is gonna head next. Ooh, Scars is thinking. Scars is thinking. This is really where Scars can also make up some time if Canadian Owl continues to make checks that don't really lead anywhere. And this is another room that's rather difficult. I believe there's kind of a fast mockball trick that you can do to skip these gates, but Canadian Owl goes the slow way. And we're headed down. And let's see where Canadian Owl's going to go next. Scars seems to be following the same path for the most part. So we got an E-Tank. Behind the E-Tank here, maybe we've got something good. Nope, just missiles. And Scars looks like he's heading over to see Kraid. Ooh, and we've got an Ice Beam. So we've got Ice and Wave and Spazer. So Beam's starting to get pretty good. And we've got High Jump and Space Jump. We still need Speed, although I believe you can finish the game without Speed Booster. High Jump location, I think everybody checks because there's three items here, so there's no reason not to check it. And now, finally, we're gonna see some good stuff. Okay. No, is he gonna try a wave gate glitch here? Well, that's not wave gate, that's a missile gate, but he's not gonna try to go backwards through that. The other screen. I've been following Canadian Owl too much. Now we've got Scars. So Scars has got his Kraid fight. Let's see if he can make up a little bit of time. I'd like to see him pull off the quick kill. Now, it doesn't look like he's quite in the right spot. I think he needs to be a couple frames forward. Ooh, that looked really good. Did he get it? Did he get it? No, he just missed it. Okay. So we're going to the prom yet again. We're going to do some dancing. Nope, he got that hand up there and blocked it. So, on the other screen, we've got Canadian Owl heading over, and I'm not sure where he's headed now. Again, his routing is a little strange to me. We're going back up Red Tower, and with the Ice Beam, that makes going up Red Tower a heck of a lot easier. Although he's also got Space Jump, so between Space Jump and Ice, going all the way to the top is not so bad. So I have a feeling we're going to get a wreck ship check here. Oh, look how easy that room is with the space jump. That's really easy. And no, we're gonna head down here. And I'm not sure with Canadian Owl's routing what his thoughts are, but this is not that difficult of a check, but where he's stuck in that mouthy thing, I usually get stuck in those too. Ah, that's what we're looking for. We've got the various suits, so that's gonna make all our Norfair checks a lot easier, but we knew that we didn't have to do hell runs at all. Now the question is does he just go straight for Norfair now and do a full clear of Norfair and lower Norfair? Or, I mean, he could head up direct ship, but I'm not very good at routing this game, you know, whether it's vanilla or whether it's rando, so take my comments with a grain of salt, but I would go wreck ship here, but, you know, again, I'm pretty terrible at this game. All right. We're going to check this last one, and I have a feeling he's going to go wreck ship, but we'll see. Okay, we got more supers. That gets us up to, where are we at? We're at 35 supers and 35 normal missiles, 45 hamburgers. That's pretty good for ammo, but he still has no charge beam, so he really can't do anything else. Meanwhile, Scars is just kind of following the same path, and again, he's probably about 3 minutes behind. It doesn't look like he's lost any time after that early wipe in Billy Mays. Okay, he's getting his ice, and meanwhile, Canadian Owl does appear to be going to wreck ship, which I like. I like this play because clearing wreck ship is a little slow, but it's not as slow as clearing Norfair and lower Norfair. And if something critical is in wreck ship, you know, such as gravity or charge beam, then you can maybe go mode lower Norfair. But again, you better runners in chat, let me know if my logic here is flawed, because I am a complete amateur at running this rando. Okay, so we're going through the water, down, underneath. What's down here? Oh, I hate moving through water without the gravity suit. Yep, nothing but missiles. Yeah, I'm not sure. So that he skipped the screw attack? That was screw attack back there? Why would he skip that? Because screw attack helps a lot against Fantoon in particular. His plan is to pick up screw attack on the way out. Screw attack also helps in the attic of wreck ship, killing the stuff up there. So maybe it's just because I'm not very good, but I love having screw attack in every part of the game. I think it always helps. Well, and he definitely getting screw attack before lower Norfair is almost an essential get. So we're going to check, I think there's only one check you can make in wreck ship before you kill Fantoon. And with Canadian Owl's energy, the likelihood of a wipe on Fantoon is pretty small, but you never know. Fantoon can be rather trolly sometimes, especially if you get some bad patterns, but with, what is that, 7 E-tanks, I find it's pretty unlikely that Canadian Owl is going to wipe here. Meanwhile, looking over at Scars, again, I think he's been following basically the same route. I don't think we've had any major divergence. So here we have our first sighting of our alien ghost, and man, I don't know what's scarier than a ghost. It's an alien ghost. And he's also part elephant. So he's part elephant, part alien, part ghost, 100% troll. Okay, he gave kind of a shorter pattern here. But it doesn't look like... Yeah, these are actually pretty friendly patterns. And he got a couple shots. Not a real Doppler there, but this is definitely a good start. And let's see what kind of a pattern we get from Fantoon here. Back and forth, back. Oh, fairly short. Color's changing a little bit. I wouldn't switch to the super missile quite yet. That was a really good Doppler. He's about done. Probably one super away at this point. Oh, he's bright red. Any damn... Oh, did that not kill him? Did he survive that? Oh, I can't believe he survived that. So, I don't know if I've ever seen Fantoon this red. There we go. Okay, Fantoon is down. That was a fairly clean fight. Yeah, which kaiju Fantoon's sound is from, I don't know, but Fantoon scares me. When I was a boy, when I played this game, all of it, the music in this game is so eerie. It's just kind of scary. All right, well, Fantoon is down. Now we're going to get a check a wreck ship, although we can't check everything because we don't have speed booster. So there's going to be at least one check we can't make, although he could go and look to see what the item is. Which I would do, especially since he's got the X-ray beam. And Scars continues to basically... Oh, he gets grabbed. Scars is just running the same route. We'll see if Scars, when he gets Varia, if he decides to go to Lower Norfair, which would actually be a mistake since we know where Screw Attack is. Alright, garbage tank over here for CanadianOwl. He's going to head back over and we'll get a look at the attic. And it looks like Scars is heading up Red Tower, or heading that direction. Although he could make there could be a route divergence here. I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on, but it appears he's going to go wreck ship too. And I think this is a great opportunity for him to make up some time. Particularly if he picks up that Screw Attack, and if he can use it to good effect in wreck ship. He can maybe make up 30 seconds or a minute in wreck ship. And CanadianOwl's taking the save. That's a good idea. I like taking saves. A lot of runners don't take the saves. It really doesn't add much time, and unless you're really good, there's just no point. So Scars is checking the sky. So what do we have way up in the sky? It's kind of hard to get to. No, we didn't get a look at it. But he is checking some things that we haven't seen yet. Because he's on the outside of Wreckship. Nope, just a missile out here. Meanwhile, Spiky Room of Death, CanadianOwl is through that. To see what's back here. And help me out, chat. What, in the vanilla game, what is back here? Again, I played the rando more than I played the vanilla game. Normally, what is in this room that CanadianOwl's headed to? That's an E-tank. Okay, alright. And today, it's just hamburgers. This is another one that I see a lot of the rando runners skipping. It's kind of hard to get to, and here you can see CanadianOwl is almost dead. I'm not sure. He's killing himself on purpose to go back to that safe spot. Okay. It all makes sense, but it seems like that took longer than just resetting. Alright, so now Scars got Screw. So hopefully his check of wreck ship will be a little faster and he can catch up a little bit. Meanwhile, now we're going to get to attic and we'll see what's up here. And here's the room I always make the mistake in, is after you kill these key hunters, or I think these are key hunters, to make sure to go and shoot all the doors out so that you don't have to kill them again. I always end up having to clear this room twice because I'm an idiot like that. Ooh, nice deboost there. Okay. In the back of the attic, we're going to get a good look here. And I'm not sure the method that CanadianOwl's using here. Okay, he's just getting through the robot that way. I usually just shoot him. But there's a way to just damage yourself with that spark and then get through them in the frames that you can walk through stuff. Well, it's for CNEY, like, it's the Murphy's Law of random. If you decide to skip something, that's where the most important item is going to be. It's Murphy's Law. Okay, I believe you can just turn off Screw Attack if you want. So, alright, now CanadianOwl is going to check this item. With the spring ball, this is pretty easy to get to. So, ooh, it's morph ball bombs. Now, that's not really a required item. And because we don't have speed booster, I believe there's no way to get that without speed booster. There may be some trick that I don't know of, but I believe you need speed booster to get that. Now we've got space jump here, so we should be able to see the item in the sky, and it's super missiles. Okay, meanwhile, Scars is on Fantoon. Let's see if he has a little bit better time on Fantoon, because again, this is another place where he can make up a little bit of time. I'm sure he's feeling the pressure after that early white. But, you know, again, Canadian Owl, all really Scars has to do is skip a couple of checks. But, you know, as we were talking about earlier, when you start skipping checks, you know, you run the risk. But after you have an early white, maybe you have to take some chances. Can Wreck Ship Reserve be X-ray climb too? I'm not sure if you can, because you have to have a door in the right spot to do the X-ray climb. Think Charge is at Ridley. Yeah, the X-ray climb is it's actually not super hard to do, but once you're kind of off the screen, I definitely have trouble with it. I would have to practice the heck out of it to be comfortable with it. Meanwhile, Canadian Owl is going bowling. Another one of these checks that takes quite a bit of time, which is why a lot of people don't like checking Wreck Ship early, because all these checks are kind of difficult. And you see that location where Canadian Owl put the power bomb, that is a great spot. It gets all of these with one shot. That's really a veteran move right there. That's something I picked up the other day, and I've been trying to incorporate into my runs. Ooh, we've got Gravity and Wreck Ship. See, Wreck Ship was the play. Yeah. So now we've got Gravity. We're missing speed, but we can finish the game without speed booster, I believe. So, yeah. All right. Well, like, I think several people in chat called that Gravity was going to be in Wreck Ship. It always seems like something important is in Wreck Ship. So this means now, with the ammunition that he's got, we are now in a zone where we don't have to full clear the game looking for Charge Beam. Charge Beam would be nice, but it's not necessary. Now he gets the screw attack that he left behind. That's a really weird kind of thing, but it worked for him. We'll see if Scars can make up any time from that. And the question now is, do you do Meridia first or do you do Norfair first? My feeling is it's always Norfair before Meridia, but, you know, again, somebody in chat let me know if there would be a reason for Canadian Owl to do Meridia first here. And Scars getting some missiles. That's nothing too shabby. Ooh, we got a little moonfall there. And that's something that everybody's showing off for swag. I'm not sure how much the moonfall actually saves time, but I know the high-level runners always do it, so it must be good for something. I'm not 100% sure what it does, but, you know, again, somebody in chat help me out. I have no idea why the moonfall is the way it is. And we'll see, is Canadian Owl gonna do Meridian now? That's the question. No, it looks like no. So he's gonna head on down to Norfair and checks he decides to make. You know, again, I believe he has go mode. I believe he can finish the game with what he's got, although ammo would probably be a little tight. E-tanks are fine. He's got all the suits. Faster descent. Yeah, I know there's some reason to do the moonfall, because it seems like just a little while ago it was something new, and now I see all the runners doing it. So here we're in the cathedral. He didn't check the cathedral item, you know. He does check it, just supers, okay. Oh, and he decides to get them. Yeah, I think that maybe that's a good play. With no charge beam, get those extra supers. We're heading down to see Ridley. And Ridley can either be really easy or really hard if he just decides to be in troll mode. So it doesn't hurt to have extra missiles. And Canadian Owl will definitely have to do some farming to beat Ridley before he gets down there. But yeah, swag. I think the Moonfall is mostly a swag thing at this point. Showing off that swag. All right, we're into Bubble Mountain, and I don't know how many items he's going to check in Bubble Mountain. I seriously doubt we're going to see Croc, which is a shame because, you know, I'm in the always bet on Croc camp. But in a situation like this, what could Croc have? Just basically just Charge Beam. Yeah, that would be it. So, meanwhile, Scars is checking the attic. You know, again, I believe he's about 3 minutes behind still. Ooh, there's a nice swaggy D boost. And ooh, that was quite the boost. All right, we're up and we're almost to Lower Norfair, but Canadian Owl bricks it. But with the space jump, it's not too tough to get up there. We're gonna head on over here and save before Lower Norfair. Again, I like that play. Even with these E-tanks and his ammunition, bad things can and do happen in Lower Norfair. And Scars is back through the attic, and he already checked the area outside of Rex ship, so he should be heading down pretty soon. And let me check the tracker here. Has he gotten gravity yet? No, at least according to the tracker, he hasn't. Again, I was watching Canadian Owl. And it can be so tough, but when you've got Screw Attack, Canadian Owl's through that room in a second. He makes it look so easy. Here we've got toughest room in the game, which ain't so tough when we've got Screw Attack and High Jump and Space Jump. Yeah, if that's the hardest room in the game, yeah, this game's pretty easy. Here we've got the Rising Lava. Again, not too scary with Space Jump. So as long as Scars doesn't skip bowling, he should get the gravity. However, bowling might be something that he might try to skip just to save time, which would be rather unfortunate for him. And we're headed down to the belly of the beast, down to Ridley. Now let me check Canadian Owl's ammo count. It looks like he's got 37 supers, 10 regular missiles. So he's definitely going to have to do a little bit of farming right before Ridley. But I seriously doubt he's going to do a lot of item checks or either before or after Ridley. Although I would definitely check the item right after Ridley. And I'd check right here. I think these are the power bombs of shame, as they call it in the speed runs, the normal speed runs. We have to get the Shame Nun in here from Game of Thrones. You know, it's Game of Thrones season. I tried my best not to talk about Game of Thrones, but it's Game of Thrones season. And I haven't had a chance to watch the first episode, so don't you dare put any spoilers in the chat. If you put any spoilers in the chat, oh, I'm going to be so angry. Yeah. But power bombs of shame. Shame. Ding, ding. Shame. Wow, and Canadian Owl makes really quick work of the Ninja Pirates. Or Kung Fu Pirates. Yeah. Gonna have to farm a little bit. He has the farm beam, so you can do it in this room pretty easily. And meanwhile, Scars is going bowling. We'll have to check. I think it's maybe possible that Canadian Owl has actually increased his lead a little bit here. But I'll make a note here. Let's make a note of what time Canadian Owl beats Ridley. Okay. And with High Jump, it seems like High Jump really helps Ridley. Ridley fights. And he gets a good pogo pattern here. It's off. I think he's cutting it close with his ammo. He really didn't farm that much. Got to make sure he hits with all the supers. Okay, he's emptied the supers. And yeah, that was an extremely quick Ridley fight. That was great. I don't know if he could have really done better. And it looks like he doesn't want to even check the Ridley item. All right, Ridley, what have you got? Have you got Charge Beam for us? Actually, I'm not sure if Ridley can. He does. Really? He shot the charge beam with a missile behind. Now that's some serious swag. I've never seen anybody do that. I have never seen anybody do that. Because the only reason to check the item is to find charge beam at this point. We've got enough for Mother Brain too. Get charge skip. Yeah, that was some serious swagalicious. Not only did he not take it, but he shot it with a missile to show his disdain for that charge beam. We don't need no stinking charge beam around here. We can finish this game with no charge beam. And even as much as I like that move, I would love to see him wipe on Mother Brain to let Skars back in this, but as a commentator, I'm not allowed to root for either of the runners specifically, but I can root for a competitive race. Okay, CanadianOwl is going to go through the escape. Again, with this life, even with these nasty key hunters with screw attack, this is easy. It's not like in the normal speed run where this can really throw a monkey wrench in your plans. Over to the Firefly's room, and we're going to check the basement here. So this is surprising. And if he finds something good, is he going to shoot it? Nope, more missiles. Yeah, Phoenix down. He really did not grab charge. He checked Ridley, saw the charge beam, shot a missile at it, and then left. It's pretty incredible. I gotta admit, that's pretty swag. I'm gonna definitely clip that after this race, because and actually if somebody's got an extra minute, clip it and post it in the chat, because that would be a great clip. Meanwhile, Skars is still checking everything, and nope, he kind of messed that up. He was trying to do, I think, the short mock ball there, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but did Skars leave gravity behind? Somebody in chat let me know. Again, I was watching CanadianOwl and Ridley, so really, Skars left the gravity behind. Okay, so that may really wipe out any chances he has here, because now he'll probably feel like he has to check all of Lower Norfair looking for gravity. I understand Scar's move. You gotta, if you're behind, you gotta skip something to catch up, and it kind of makes sense to skip these long checks. But with this kind of logic, I think you should always check all of Rex shit before doing Norfair or Meridia. Yeah, gravity can't be in Lower Norfair. Can gravity be in, like, Bubble Mountain, though? That's my question, because it looks like he's probably going to do a Bubble Mountain check and then maybe Croc. Logic demands both suits. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so Upper Norfair and Croc, he might check. So we might see a Croc check, but we know where Charge Beam is. There's really nothing that can be in Croc that's going to be that great. But I'm still on Team Croc. Hashtag always bet on Croc. So, ooh, Speed Booster. All right, so that's something. Skars has got Speed Booster, and CanadianOwl's never going to get that. So that could maybe help him a little bit. But if he's got to try to do either to do suitless Meridia or keep searching until he finds that suit, that's really going to slow him down. So CanadianOwl's going to do a little bit of farming here. Yeah, not too much. Okay, so we're almost out of Lower Norfair. Another E-Tank over there for Skars. Go through there without the Speed Booster there, CanadianOwl. And you don't have Speed Booster. I don't think you can go through there. Can you screw attack through these, or do you have to Speed Booster? Here, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. All right. There was something that I didn't know about. So, somebody in chat let me know what trick CanadianOwl did there, because I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that. You know, again, both of these runners are far better than I am, so I've certainly never seen that before. But I love seeing it. A new ice beam clip. Like, how new is it? Somebody in chat, let me know. You know, because I don't know what is new tech. Is new tech like 6 months? Is it less than 6 months? And who figured it out? I'm trying to learn the old tech. You know, mock balls are hard enough for me. Past couple of months, really? Wow. No. The CanadianOwl really has been showing off the swag here. With all the suits and with everything he's got, Meridia should be a piece of cake. I doubt he's going to check much. Can't shine Spark up here, but he didn't need to, not with a space jump. Meanwhile, Skars appears to be doing some farming. Not quite sure why. Not sure, because he's got various suits, so he's not losing any health here. I guess he thinks he needs more ammunition, but this seems like a strange place to do the ammo. You know, again, somebody in chat let me know. Okay, so here, this is a rather difficult trick. You have to freeze this dude in just the right spot. Oh, CanadianOwl made that look so easy. I once spent like 30 minutes trying to get that trick. Yeah, because he didn't have speed boost, and we got plasma. Okay, now we're wishing we had that charge beam. Yeah. So, CanadianOwl is going to head on over. I think we're going to see our fried shrimp here pretty soon. So he can't do the speed kill. And here again, he's going to have to freeze the Metroid to get through here, because normally you would need speed booster to get through here. And again, he made that trick look so easy. CanadianOwl, I am jealous. That is some good stuff. Alright, we've got the Twoon coming. And yeah, Batoon is not too likely to pose much of a threat, not with the amount of stuff that he's got here. Again, Skars is looking for something that'll help him. He's got that speed booster. Maybe, just maybe that'll make a difference. Looks like he just checked wave beam. Nothing there. Okay, and yeah, maybe CanadianOwl will go down and check Shack Tool. Does he have everything he needs for Shack Tool? I think he does, but why would you check that? He's got 75 supers, 60 regular missiles, a million hamburgers, just more hamburgers than McDonald's. So I think he's set for ammo. I think he's got to be in true go mode here. I don't think he needs to check any more items. And we're going to get Dragon here in a moment. He can't do the full halfie because he doesn't have the speed booster, but you don't really need it if you've got space jump. And I have a feeling we're going to see some fried shrimp. Can we do the microwave here? We don't have charge. All right, so again, help me, chat. Can we do the microwave kill without charge? We do have plasma. I believe you can. I believe all you need is plasma. Okay, nope. Okay, all right. So never mind. So probably then we're gonna fry the shrimp. Or maybe just a standard missile kill. And again, look at that. I'm CanadianOwl making this look so easy. That's one of the quickest kills I've seen. And again, is he gonna look at the item? I think he's trying to get a spike suit here. Doesn't look like he got it. Oh, he can't. He doesn't have speed booster, so yeah, there's no spike suit to get. Barbecue, and nope, it's just some missiles. And he changed his mind. He looked at it, said, I don't want that, and he came back. And again, now I look back at Skars, and he's farming again. I think he's been spending too much time farming. Alright, so we're going to be up and out, and I believe it's time for Turian. There's really nothing else CanadianOwl needs. and unless he makes a big mistake, like if he doesn't save again from now till the end of the game, and he wipes, on Mother Brain, it could definitely happen. I believe he's got enough energy to do the stand-up glitch. Again, I'm not very good at that, so I'm hardly the expert. Again, chat can let me know, but I believe he has enough energy to do it with his suits. And he'll almost definitely do it, because I've seen him do it before. Canadian Owl, he's gonna check some sandpit action without charge. Yeah, I guess you're right, because you're gonna use up most of your missiles anyway, so yeah, there's no point in doing the stand-up glitch, because you're gonna run out of missiles, and you're only gonna get a few extra shots before Mother Brain 3 anyway. Yeah, again, I think Canadian Owl, maybe he knows. Again, I don't know what the SRL ratings of these runners are. Maybe he knows that he's up against somebody that he's a little bit better than, or he's just cocky. I love to see cocky runners. I also love to see cocky runners lose, but that's just me. But again, I know Canadian Owl. He's a cool dude, so I'm not gonna root against him, but I'm gonna root against him. Now I'm gonna root that he has a wipe somewhere so Scars can catch up, but with no gravity. And here you can see Scars is having all sorts of trouble in here with no gravity suit. This is tough. Not sure what he's trying. Oh, he's trying to do shine. He's trying to get life back, but hopefully Scars does not wipe here. And let's see here. I'm gonna try. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna kind of stop my commentary for a second. I need to talk to somebody. Hold on. Alright, I'm just doing some inquiries here. Again, I set up on short notice, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do an interview afterwards or not, but I definitely want to talk to Canadian Owl after this. So we'll see. I can't promise that we can get anybody in here for an interview, or if I even have the setup to be able to do it, but if it's possible, we're going to get an interview, because I got to talk to Canadian Owl about what he's done here. So he's heading over to Turian. Meanwhile, Scars is checking all sorts of stuff, looking for the gravity suit that he's not going to find. And yeah, here's some rooms you really rarely see in Rando. Or I don't know, I think you rarely see this in any kind of speed run. And Canadian Owl is down to Turian. He's looking pretty good. We are at, and we got no clocks here. The clock that we've got on Scars is some sort of strange. He thinks it's funny to not be able to read the clock, and Canadian Owl has no clock. So I'm not sure exactly how far into this race we are. Somebody let me know. I'm guessing we're probably about an hour in, which means Canadian Owl is making a pretty darn good time. Okay, all right, so I think we have a plan for the interviews after. Hopefully that will work. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my headphones so you guys don't too much. All right, and hopefully we will be able to get an interview here when we're done. And again, swap space, if you're listening, if you're in the SRL channel, make sure to invite Canadian Owl. Should he win this? I don't want to assume that he's going to win this really easily, but it looks like it. I'll try to get him in for an interview, because I definitely want to talk to him. Scars, he's headed through into Norfair. And we're going to get a baby skip. Are we going to? Nope, no baby skip. Nope, no baby skip. It's not happening. But he does face to the right. Although I think that saves, I believe, 1/5 of a second. It's something like that. Again, chat can correct me. But in the Super Metroid community, that facing to the right's a big deal. And here he goes off to a room, which I call, and maybe I'm the only one who calls this, I call this the refill of shame. This is when you mess up the baby skip and you have to get the refill. So again, let's get that nun from Game of Thrones. Shame. Ding, ding. Ding. Third of a second. Ooh, okay. I was cutting the runner short. It was a whole third of a second, which in a normal speed run is something you definitely want to do. But in the randos, I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes. And CanadianOwl will take the safety save, which means he can probably wipe here, maybe 2, 3, 4 times and still be able to win. So. But with his skills and with what he's got, so he's got 73 supers, 65 missiles, 45 burgers. Yeah, there's no way he's messing this up. And we're gonna see if we get the Zebetite skip. Yep, that was easy. All right, we're on. We're through. Let's see what kind of tech he employs here. And he freezes the Rinkas, because they stay disappeared for a while if you freeze them and kill them. Mother Brain 1 is down. Yeah, his ammo, he would really have to mess some things up. Let's see if he does some more swag. Something, if he kind of fools around a little bit here. All right. Ooh, onion rings. Oh, the onion rings hit. We got some French fries. Mother Brain is always just serving up the best food. Onion rings. This time he dodges the onion rings. Oh, we've got ketchup already. This is a really fast Mother Brain too, and she's about ready to go for the rainbow beam. Are we there yet? Are we to rainbow beam? Yes, we are. Did CanadianOwl turn his suits off? I don't know. I don't like his timing here. So now he's got 399. I don't know. This seems a little risky to me, because I believe that there are ways where Mother Brain will actually kill you, depending on how she decides to shoot. McDonald's. Yummy burgers. Okay. And meanwhile, Scars is still gravityless. I'm trying to do some Norfair action. Oh, he had reserves. All right, so he was doing fine. And now for the saddest moment of every single Metroid run. And I remember the first time I saw this scene. I was actually in a Target where they had a Super Nintendo setup that you could play. And some older kid had been playing it and was saved right here. And I got to see the whole Mother Brain fight before I ever had the game. And I remember when Mother Brain does what she's about to do. I won't spoil it, but something might happen to the baby. Actually, this is a lot like watching Game of Thrones, where your favorite characters are just murdered before your very eyes. So, get Scars. Looks like he's doing the escape without having killed Ridley. And, again, with no gravity, it's going to be hard. Oh, baby Metroid. Oh, I'm so sad. So very sad. Okay. It's really one of the great moments of video games here. We get to hear the cool music and shoot Mother Brain. My only complaint is Mother Brain 3 is rather easy. Although CanadianOwl is making Mother Brain 3 look easier and easier than normal. 3 is down. So, with all the swag that CanadianOwl has shown us, let's see what kind of swag we're going to get here. We're going to get the blue bomber, and are we going to save the animals? Those are our questions. So in chat, let's see. Go ahead and make your predictions. Is he going to save the animals? I can't remember if I've ever seen him do it or not. Get the blue bomber. No, there's no blue bomber because he doesn't have speed booster. We got to do this the slow way. Oh, I forgot about that. It's pretty rare to see somebody finish without speed booster. Well, Scars is putzing around looking for stuff he's never going to find. Kind of feel bad for him that he skipped the gravity location, but I don't think it would have made a difference. It looks like CanadianOwl didn't make any mistakes throughout the run and probably would have won by a good amount of time anyway. Oh, it's really not that rare? Oh, okay. Again, you guys in chat know more than I do. I just got roped into this at the last minute. Okay, let me check my audio here. Let me see if we're set up for the interview. Okay, all right. I think my audio is pretty good. So I believe if we can get these guys in for an interview, we should be able to do it. All right, we're up. Now, will he save the animals? You know, I kind of like taunting the animals. You go in there, shoot them a few times, don't open the door. Yeah, okay. Now let's see if CanadianOwl actually saves the animals or if he taunts the animals. With the kind of swag he's been showing off, it might be a taunt. Nah, he's an animal lover. He lets those guys out. It's no problem. And we're getting through here. And again, I'm not connected to the SRL channel, so I have no idea what his official SRL time is, but get your GGs out in chat. It looks like CanadianOwl has finished. And if someone does know the official SRL time, go ahead and post it in chat. Looks like Scars is going to get the bad news right outside of Ridley. GG's. All right, hopefully we can get Owl in here for an interview. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. And we're going to try to get him in for an interview. Meanwhile, we've got Scars continuing to farm a little bit before Ridley. He's going to have to do quite a bit of farming. His life is not looking so good. And we know he doesn't have Charge Beam because that was hidden behind Ridley. Okay, we've got an official SRL time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 45 seconds. That is great for a rando. Okay, it looks like we will get CanadianOwl in here in just a second. He might need to use the bathroom after a trip like that. I know for me, by the end of any of these speed runs, I always need to use the bathroom. I usually need to use the bathroom about halfway through the speed run. And then that gives you, extra motivation to go as fast as you can because you just... All right. Meanwhile, I think we might be joined by CanadianOwl. Can you hear me, Canadian?
Yes.
Great. GG.
Thank you.
So tell me, because we had lots of people predicting the Charge Beam would be behind Ridley. You kill Ridley. Quite a bit of ammo. Ridley.
Yeah.
You see the Charge Beam and you say, nah, I don't need that.
I just wanted to make a point.
Point received, especially when you fired a missile into that Charge Beam.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what you were thinking, because early on we saw that you skipped the screw attack on your way to wreck ship and then got it on your way out. And a lot of us were thinking that, well, screw attack helps with Fantoon and it helps in the attic. So why did you do that?
I don't know. Alright, by the time I was space jumping across and I couldn't really get it with my space jump, so I decided, heck it, I'll get it on the way back.
All right, okay, so this wasn't like some master strategy or anything. You just kind of went past it and then said, all right, I'll get it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, your routing was on point. Scars actually had a really bad wipe early on. He wiped in the Billy Mays room early on, and so you were about 3 or 4 minutes behind, right, or 3 or 4 minutes ahead, right from the get-go.
Mhm.
And then, of course, Scars skipped gravity, and that really, yeah. In fact, I think that was the only part of Wreck Ship that he didn't check. I think to like catch up, and of course, at that point, he was far behind. Then he's checking Bubble Mountain. He's fighting Ridley now. I don't know if you can see it,
Yeah.
but yeah, you had a pretty easy time there. But
Yeah.
yeah, a really great run. And the audience definitely appreciated all the swag you showed us. You had some moonfalls there. And you also had a bit of new tech, something that I've actually never seen before. So can you tell me how you pull that off? There's the room where normally you would need speed booster to get through in the escape. And you did something with wave beam. How does that work? If you can explain that briefly to those of us who don't know.
Well, I'm not sure about the details, but if you have a wave and spacer and you keep on spamming shots, you can also do this with plasma. But you keep on spamming shots, eventually, the game gets overloaded because you're shooting a bunch of shot blocks. Like, it gets overloaded and nothing exists except for the enemies and you.
Hmm. So basically,
Uh,
you just walk up to it and start spamming it with bullets.
yes. Well, wave spacer or wave plasma shots.
Oh well, you make it sound so easy, but you had lots of swag in this. Your trip through Meridia was particularly fast. You had a great Ridley fight. I thought you were cutting it close on ammo, but it looked like you really had no issues at all.
I have plenty of power bombs though.
Yeah, but who wants to use power bombs on the pterodactyl? I
Me?
always feel like that's a last resort if you have to start using power bombs.
Oh, I do.
Well, good game, sir. That was quite the impressive run. Um, yeah. We've got Scars beat Ridley finally, and he's on his way out. But he still never got gravity. So the question is, will he try to do suitless Meridia? Now he's got spring ball, he's got space jump, he's got speed booster, so he's got all the tools he needs to do suitless Meridia, but it's still really tough. And you went through Meridia just lickety split, so
Hmm.
it's definitely going to take him a minute or two to catch up.
Or maybe many.
So your name is Canadian Owl. Are you actually living in Canada?
Of course.
Or so? I'm actually on the other side of the Atlantic here. I'm in the middle of Europe here. I'm in the Czech Republic, although I'm from America originally, as you can tell probably from my accent. So what time is it out there in Canada right now?
5:30.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's getting late here. Ah, but yeah, good old Canada. Yeah, I've definitely seen you race a few times before. But this was one of the most swagalicious runs that I've ever seen. So thanks a lot for entertaining us. It was really great.
Mm-hmm. You're
Did
welcome.
you have any trouble at all during the seed? It seemed like everything kind of fell in your lap.
Mm, well, I had to decide whether to go back down to Norfair when I got Varia or go direct ship.
And that's
Uh,
what we were all talking about, and kind of everyone agreed that Wreck Ship was the better play, even before we saw that the gravity was in there. So, what's your decision-making process? Why did you decide to go to Wreck Ship instead of going for Norfair?
I don't know, flip of a coin.
Come on, man. We're trying to learn here. And I was hoping you could give us some sage advice on how to route this game better.
It's literally my mood. It's like sometimes I would just go to Norfair, sometimes Rook ship, and I almost
Was
went to Norfair.
Well, it was definitely the right play because, as we know, there was really nothing in Norfair. Speed Booster was in Bubble Mountain. We know where Charge Beam was. We know where Plasma was. So really, there was nothing to be found in Lower Norfair or Crocomire. And I'm always disappointed when we have a seed and we never even got to visit my good buddy Croc.
Oh well. It wasn't needed.
Okay, so Scars is on his way up. Again, I'm not sure if he's going to try the Suitless Meridia or not. Suitless Meridia is definitely something I don't like to try, but it definitely can be done. What's ammo count looking like? Oh well, he picked up the charge beam. He didn't shoot it like some other runner whose name I won't mention. Do you always save the animals, or were you just pretty confident that you were winning there?
Usually I don't save the animals unless I'm losing or way ahead, and I figured I was way ahead. Because I know.
Have you raced Scars before? Because again, I've seen you race before, but I don't think I've seen him race before.
I seen him race a bunch, and I know his skill level, and I know that I could afford to save the animals.
Yeah. He definitely made a couple of small mistakes here and there, but he really was not that far behind you. He was really from that early wipe. That was the main thing he was behind. It was until he skipped. He knew he was behind, so the one thing he decided to skip, of course, was gravity. It's, as we were talking about earlier, it's the Murphy's Law of speed running, a rando. If you skip something, that's where the key item's going to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he's in Bubble Mountain, and I'm not sure where he's going to go from here. He may end up going back and checking Croc. In chat, people are saying you were sniping.
I was, said so.
Come on, you guys. As Canadians are known for their honor and dignity and would never do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stand up for the honor of Canada here. And okay, that was not a good shine spark. So it looks like Scars is checking the ice beam location, which I thought he'd already checked, but maybe it was you who checked it. I think there was nothing there. I think it was just missiles.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
The burst at the missiles.
Yeah, it was really nothing much there. So when you were running this, did you just decide from the get-go that you were going to go chargeless?
No.
Oh, okay. So you got to a point where you had enough ammo that it just didn't really matter anymore.
At that point, I got every ammo pack, and like I don't need charge. Like you get like 55 supers, and you still have Meridia. You don't need charge.
Oh, you say that. You don't need charge. Some of us of lower skill level could definitely use charge. So now we've got Scars. Where is he headed? Are we going to get a Croc check? Is he going to try to get through the reverse wave? No. I'm guessing we might get a forfeit here pretty soon. I don't know in these races if you get points for finishing regardless. I know in some of them you do, some of them you don't.
Well, this is best 2 of 3, so doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So he does. Okay. So let me know in chat if somebody's got the. Okay. So we do have an official forfeit. Let's see if we can get Scars in here for an interview. Because I actually think he ran a really gutsy race. After he wiped early, he was really step for step with you the whole way until wreck ship, where he skipped the most important item. And he's going to be angry when we tell him where that was. Because really, he didn't really skip anything until it was time for gravity. And I may be wrong, but that was one of the only ones that he skipped, and it was killer. Now, as it turned out, you never wiped anywhere, and he was never going to catch back up to you anyway. But had he gotten that gravity suit, maybe one wipe, and in Turian or something, he could have caught up. But that seemed pretty likely with the amount of health you had and all the equipment that you had. But you never know.
Mhm.
I've seen even unbelievably awesome runners wipe. Ooh, I think
Hello.
maybe we've got Scars.
Do you find
Scars,
gravity?
Do you hear me?
Yes.
you?
Okay. Shut up. Power off the TV, so you should not have weird sound coming out.
So Scars, where do you think gravity was?
Maybe a crocodile or something.
Why don't you let him know, Canadian?
Gravity missiles.
What?
The missiles, they go down bowling, and then you gotta go to gravity to get missiles. And gravity was at the missiles.
Because you went down there, you went down to bowling, but you didn't get the gravity that was down there. You skipped that one check, and of course that's where gravity was.
Which one? I don't know.
You go down bowling, and then you can go down the robot hallway.
You need speed booster.
No, the item below it.
Huh?
There's missiles before Direction Preserve.
Yeah, there's the one check that you had. Go ahead,
I think it was
Scars.
just yeah, I think I saw the item. It was a super missile pack.
No, the super missile was the one that you needed speed booster for. This one, you don't. It's in the other direction. But yeah, and it was like the only one that you skipped, and we were kind of guessing that you skipped it to save time because you were trying to save time because of that early wipe. But what were you thinking when you got hit by that boulder in Billy Mays?
I didn't remember it was doing that much damage. I was like, oh, rip. That's a good sign.
You were catching up. After that, you really were step for CanadianOwl. You were about 3 minutes behind. The time you lost for that wipe, until you skipped gravity, and at that point, he started to get much farther ahead, just because he had gravity and was basically in go mode, and then just went right down to Norfair, where you had to search Norfair, looking high and low for that gravity suit.
Yeah, I was in Norfair. I was like, I don't want to check everything. I just want to go to Ridley now, but I'm still in gravity. Yeah, it was a lot of time because I was like, yeah, I have enough ammo. Let's go to Ridley.
Well, I'm surprised because, again, I don't know these logic rules exactly, but I thought that charge beam could not be behind Ridley, but apparently it can. Almost everyone kind of predicted that was the case, but I thought that charge was required for Ridley.
Like the room on SMRAT.
Yeah, well, I believe it is in the combo rando, because again, that's what I've played a lot more of, which is the Link to the Past Super Metroid combo rando, and I believe in that charge is required for Ridley to be in logic. But again, the logic rules for that are something completely different than the logic rules here. So
Yeah.
All right, chat's saying that it's true, but it's not logical. All right. So in the SMRAT, Ridley almost always has has something or charge. Okay, so when are you guys going to do round 2 of this head-to-head matchup?
Not know because it's kind of late for me.
I don't know either.
Scars, are you here in Europe with me?
Yep. I don't see your missile. I'm super confused. What are you? Oh, this one. Oh yeah, I did. Why else? I did. That. Yeah, I don't do enough all randos. That's why I did not skip this one.
Yeah, we were so surprised because you had not been skipping any items, and like maybe it would have made sense to skip bowling altogether just to save time. But the fact that you went down bowling and then didn't check that one, we were kind of scratching our heads. We were just thinking, that you were just trying to save time.
No, I just didn't remember these items. That's all. Nice. That's a good mistake.
Well, it happens to the best of us. Okay. So I think it's about time to wrap this all up here. Scars, do you have any final thoughts for us?
Yeah, don't skip item.
All right, and Canadian Owl?
Good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. I've been Len the Cat. I got roped into some last minute a commentary. I hope I kept you all entertained. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to the second match between these two guys.
Have a nice day, everyone, or evening, or whatever. Is that for you?
I think it's afternoon for Canadian Owl. For me, here in the Czech Republic, it's evening.
Oh. So anyway,
Right, and
goodbye. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night.
Thank
And
you.
everyone in chat, make sure you follow our runners. These guys are great, and they put on a heck of a show for us. And thank you to Speed Runners Arena for letting me do some commentary. This is the first time I've ever done Super Metroid commentary, so I hope I did an okay job.
See you later.
See you later. We love all commentary here. Oh man, these guys were great. Canadian Owl really showed us some swag, and I wish I don't know if somebody clipped it or not. If somebody hasn't clipped it, I'm definitely going to go back and clip that the charge beam skip where he fires a missile into the charge beam just to show us all how much he didn't need it. That was pretty cool. All right, thank you guys. I think we're going to sign off here, hopefully. All right, I think we are